Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast. I have no idea what episode number this is. Episode number
331?
331. 231.
231.
230.
I'll take the stream.
Did we do the dentist joke last year?
Oh,
Last week with
you've done it,
230?
did you say?
Two-
Sorry, hang on. Dave, did you say you've done it?
I haven't done it, no.
Right, okay.
Oh, is it 232?
231.
There's 230 on Twitch, but it's supposed to be 230.
Oh, it is
Because
231.
I've been slacking.
Lame. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you for joining us again. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Neil, the slacker.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us. Running a little bit late tonight. Sorry, that's
Quite possibly the worst intro ever of our show, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Write in and let us know your worst intros that we've done.
Fucking hell. Be bombarded with emails next week.
That's all right.
No more reading every single email that comes in anymore.
We've got a bonus one today on the emails.
We have. Let's move on to the listener stuff then. Let's get going.
We're going with the
an
bonus
email-
one first.
Yeah, the bonus one. This is the cracker. This one. We got to get on this straight away. It's from Stephen Wong.
If that's your real
I
name.
used to know Steve. Actually, I used to know Stephen Wong at university, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is him. Says, I am Mr. Stephen Wong. First, I would like to apologize for intruding into your privacy since we don't know each other. Oh, it can't be him then. Understand my reason for contacting you. I wish to have you as my best friend and also a business partner. I have a legal business proposal of $11.5 million. $11.5 million.
No, well, it's a dot. So it's 11,500.000.
$million. So 11. I mean, you can't have
Totally
a dollar.
legit, obviously.
It is totally legit. Let's call it 11.5. Let's give Stephen Wong the benefit of the doubt and say it's $11,500,000 million with mutual interest of 50-50. Was that it? Was that all he put in there?
That was it. It was just weird, wasn't it? I was like, well, it's a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
No more detail.
No,
No, contact me at this email address. Or
I expect a little bit
details.
more for $11.5 million worth of business.
Yeah.
So is he proposing
that was in the junk mail.
that we put in $11.5 million?
I don't know.
Well, no one
Doesn't
knows
really
how much he's
specify.
proposing.
It's not the best phishing scam, is it?
11,500 we might be able to come up with. I don't know about the $1 million after it.
Depends what sort of dollars we're talking here.
yeah.
That's true.
Aussie and Canadian, I reckon we could get there easy. But
Well,
US dollars.
I mean, it's
a bit
sent to
more of a
us,
stretch.
so maybe it's Canadian
Yeah,
if it's
could
sent
be.
to us.
Could be. We could probably do the millions then.
It's Stephen Wong. Where is he from?
It could
Hong
be.
Kong
It
guy.
I
could
don't
be,
know.
it
Don't
could be
assume anything.
Vietnamese dong. Could be
What about dongs?
Wong's dongs dollars.
I heard somebody mention do a dong joke today already. I can't have another one. There's not enough room for
Was that a joke? Sorry, I didn't notice.
two Viet dong, Vietnamese dong.
So 11.5 million Vietnamese dong is $4,500 US dollars. Let's see how much in Canadian
Ooh.
dollars.
That's about $6,000 Canadian.
So,
We could do that.
4,000
This is doable.
pounds.
How close was I?
Yeah, 6,100.
Yeah, not bad. My whole job
Like you have
involves
business with,
my whole
like,
job.
Trading with the United States.
Yeah, who would have thunk?
We don't
Yeah,
trade
you
with
could
our
do-
neighbours over here. They're like not our
You
close
can-
ones. We have to find people in fucking like the other side of the world to trade with these days.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame because you would really hope that you had sort of like a very free and easy trade route, maybe somewhere like the European Union or something, where you could really trade your
Don't be
wares easily.
fucking ridiculous. We'd have to accept loads of people that we don't want in this country if we did that.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'd actually take all of our jobs.
Of course they would. The
And
jobs
they
that
wouldn't
you
pay
don't-
any tax
the,
either.
The jobs that nobody wants to do.
Despite the ones that they come and take all our jobs, they definitely wouldn't pay any tax. Just come in to use our NHS. That's why it's such a disarray.
Yeah, that's right. That's why.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Anyway, we can't be going down that road again.
Yeah, well, no. Well, I mean, if in doubt, blame them, right? Why not?
They're not in. They're not here anymore. Well,
The classic I had the other day was somebody blaming immigrants in a restaurant where we were clearly being served by immigrants, who was from someone who was an immigrant themselves. It was fucking absolutely blinding. Hat trick of fucking numptiness.
It's just, yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Anywho, let's move on. Derek Signs.
Yeah, so we should
sent
just
an
say
email.
thank you, Stephen. We'll be in touch.
Oh yeah, it's not dead yet, Stephen. Put that in your what's that software that you use? CSR software, customer relationships, CRM, isn't it? CRM
Yeah.
I have
software.
no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Well, Dave,
I just put
CRM at your office
vegetables on
where
the
you
shop.
work.
My work is about debt recovery, so yes.
Oh,
We
yes.
do have.
It's not called customer relations internally, obviously. If you're in debt recovery,
There are definitely some important relations. Yeah, so Mr. Stephen Wong, you can mark that opportunity as still alive. We'll come back to you later.
Send us some more details, Stephen.
Yep.
Like your bank account details.
I'm sure he'll do that if you make contact with him. Don't worry. Derek Signs says, "Dear Diary, I heard someone at work talk about how they still keep a diary to record their personal life, as well as using a separate work diary to make sure they don't miss anything important that might get them in trouble with the boss. I couldn't help but wonder if those hilarious SEAL podcast guys ever kept a diary, or maybe they still use one to record their incredibly interesting lifestyles. Note to self, must sort out the bins tomorrow and buy some more tea bags, Taifu or PG tips if possible."
We'll just get onto that bit straight away.
What, the
Who
tea?
the fuck buys Taifu tea?
I mean, you're just pulling the pin and throwing the grenade in at this point, aren't you?
Yeah.
Taifu.
I don't think I've ever had a cup of Taifu. Despite you only getting an ooh with Taifu.
Have you not had the ooh from Taifu?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Ever had Taifu tea?
No.
Whatever
I don't like tea, so.
I'm looking at you on the screen. I'm about to say, what's his name? Sorry, Dave.
What is wrong with you, Fraser?
I'm losing.
Have you had a busy
today.
week?
Yeah, it has been a busy week. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever had Taifu. Not intentionally, anyway.
Not with knowing it. It was probably that one once you went, "What the fuck is this cup of tea?"
Ooh.
It's just weird. You only get a with Taifu.
Yeah, PG tips I rate. I think we used to drink PG tips in England before we left.
We're a Tetley household.
We're a Tetley household now.
No Yorkshire tea. People who go, once you've gone Yorkshire tea, I don't think there's going back.
The Tetley here that I can get in the supermarket is perfectly equivalent.
Good
to the
British tea.
It's a good
made
British
in Britain.
tea. Yeah, yeah.
Obviously made in Britain. Grown in Britain.
Grown in
Cut in
Berkshire.
Britain. I don't think it is it? Let's be honest.
Anyone kept a diary?
No.
I've never kept a personal diary.
I have a calendar.
Never write
on my
down
phone.
your crimes. That's my.
Don't give them any evidence.
No, I've never kept a diary.
I've kept work diaries for as long as I can remember, though.
What you do at work all day? Play hunt.
Actually, no, not my work diaries don't tend to be what I've done. They tend to be what's coming up. And then
I have a schedule.
Slowly got replaced by my calendar now. I just do everything online. But I used to actually have physical diaries for work.
Okay.
I used to write with pens on paper, Neil.
You and your grown-up jobs.
Me and my bloody relationship with paper.
You love it, don't you?
Mm.
The way my job is everything is through tickets anyway. So that is basically the diary of what I do. I record my actions on a ticket, and that's either an internal note or a note to the customers, so users. So or a record of what changes I've made for somebody else to follow. So yeah, it's not so much keeping a diary, but it's just keeping a record of what I do. But in IT, that's what you do.
This is what you do when you go to your review at the end of the year. So these are all the things that I've done. I think I need a pay rise.
I don't really. It's so hard to have a review in my job of actual things, because you can't do it by quantity, because it doesn't matter. Like the one job can take the whole day to do anyway. So yeah, it's And in IT, you don't really get any feedback unless it all goes to shit. So the
You
way,
soon know when it's fucking gone wrong, don't you, Dave?
yeah, that's it.
Let's be honest, that works in every fucking walk of life. Be honest.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's really, you go around the office. Everyone goes, "Have you seen Dave?" Everyone's like, "Who's Dave?" And you go, "The cunt who doesn't get stuff fixed." You go, "Oh, that Dave."
Luckily, I'm the one that, like, when I come into the office, I've been waiting for you. So, fuck
You're
it.
the good
I
IT
say,
Oh,
for
great.
God's sake.
He's,
Like,
Look, sounds like I'm in for a shit day then.
yeah, pretty much.
you're the good
It's
IT
okay.
guy, though, aren't you? I mean, you're still there. You haven't been let go. So you must be the
Not
good
yet.
one.
No, yeah, that's my aim at the end of the day, is still have a job. So I still do in
Keep
IT.
breaking
somehow.
stuff so that you can fix it, Dave.
I know it'll really piss everybody off. I'll turn the Wi-Fi off and I go, "Oh, is the Wi-Fi down?" And then I'll go in. And go, I'll
it's all
fix
right.
the
It's going to take me
Wi-Fi.
half a day to fix it.
Everybody, take the half day off. We love Dave.
But that'll only work if everybody gives me a round of applause. Come on now.
No, we got cash.
Yeah. Are you? Is your name Stephen Wong, Dave? Are you Stephen Wong? Is this your scam? Get everyone to chip in a $5 to turn the Wi-Fi on.
Thanks, Derek, for that. Paul W. says, hypothetically, if there was a huge crash in gaming development leading to very few titles released over a 5-year period, would you lose interest in gaming? Or are there plenty of back catalogue gems to keep your hobby well fueled? I think there's more than enough. Well, first of
There's
all,
definitely
okay,
a back catalogue is ridiculous.
yeah,
but-
back catalogue, no problem. I mean, I was thinking today of going to the library. In fact, I was going to the library and I missed the turning and then couldn't be bothered to turn around. It was one of those ones I had to really go out of my way. You know, the one turning into the library was at the library, and if you miss it, then you have to go all the way around the houses to get. Well, I was like, yeah, ain't happening. And I was going to rent Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's what I'm getting a hankering that I think I want to get
You
into.
get that for free there.
Yes.
Is that free? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you just sub to PS Plus extra for a month and do that?
Yeah, I could do. But I think I'm going to get it from the library, play it, and then there's always
you don't
copies.
have to pay.
Well, I don't have to pay, and then there's always copies in the library, which means renewing it should be easy. So I could probably just renew it every week. And then if I find out that
You ain't doing that game in a week. Let's be honest.
no, I know, I understand that. I'll see what I can get away with. But I also want to rent it just to make sure I do want to play it before I drop the coin on it. So
There's a summer sale coming. I can tell you that. Spoilers. I've had early access to a few deals on the PlayStation summer sale. Final Fantasy. It was very limited early access. Tekken 8 was in there.
yeah,
Street Fighter 6.
I could see it for
so there's
sale.
some newish games.
If you see it for
It's
sale,
been on
let me
sale
know.
loads of times.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
always
I just need to.
But it's digital. It's little, like, it's a fucking 70 quid game. So even if it goes on to 30, half price, it's probably $100 over there.
Yeah, it's still ridiculous. Anyway, the point is, so there are games like that in the back catalog which are going to, and for me, a 100-hour game right now could take me 3 months, 4 months. Very possible. I'm not really gaming.
How many hours have you put in Balatro?
It's funny you say that because I just looked and it's at 200 hours.
Well, that's quite good.
But I think you could probably knock off maybe 20 hours of that, 30 hours of that with me just leaving it on. The other point to this is that I am playing a lot more smaller titles like Balatro and whatnot. And so if there was a gaming crash development, I think we would still see, and we are seeing this anyway, that the AAA game development ain't a good place to be right now.
No.
Because it's like the games are enormous. They cost a small fortune to make, and
there's absolutely
are they making any money?
There's no guarantees you're going to do anything. Look at what's happened with Xbox, Redfall, Starquake, or whatever the fuck it was called. Starfield. None of them have done the numbers they expected. God knows how much they cost.
What's it called? Not Arkham Asylum. The
Suicide
Gotham
Squad.
Knights.
Suicide Squad.
Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad, all of them. But that's because they made shit games.
Avengers crashed and burned, didn't it? God knows.
Yes, it was another shit game.
Who was that? Who was behind? Was that Warner Brothers?
Square Enix, wasn't it?
Don't know.
Oh, it wouldn't have been Warner, would it? They're DC. They must
Warner
have
does
lost.
Batman and.
Oh, Warner!
and
No, Warner did the.
There's Gotham Knights and all that.
What's the beat 'em up? Warner's done. with
Injustice.
the rabbit and all that shit.
The rabbit? Oh, it's a multiverses. Is that what
Yeah, multiverses. That can't be making any money at all.
Well, it came back. It went away for a year. It did actually come back because they said it was going to come back, and it did.
Yeah.
I don't know what numbers it's doing now, but
so I don't think I would lose interest in gaming. And plus, there's tons of games where for us, I went on last night.
People are still playing fucking Game Boy games and shit like that.
I played PUBG last night with Matt and Arnie, right?
You freak.
So, and it was fun.
That go?
And it was all right. It was fun. It was fun. I mean, that's the thing.
It was fun watching them two play while you were dead, was it?
Not necessarily. I took them out of their normal game because anyway, that's a whole other story. But point is, no, I don't think it would be a big deal.
I think it would be a big deal.
Well, a big deal, but not
going forward. But yeah,
sorry. In answer to
But yeah, we've got plenty to keep us going, assuming like Steam exists to like let you download shit. Like if everything just went, no, fuck it, we're done.
Well, I think
sorry,
Steam,
all of your games are dead.
I think Steam has a dead man switch, doesn't it? So that as Steam goes down, you automatically get.
Yeah, but if they just, like if it went that tits up that everyone just stopped making games, then why would Steam still be around? They'd be like, we're not paying all this money to keep these servers going for you to download your old games. Ta-da!
Right, but that's
you've got 2 weeks to download whatever you like, and then we're done.
Anyway, I don't know. So, anyone got anything to add? No.
I like games.
There's so many games that
I've got Elden Ring. I'm fucking. I'm
He's done. I know, Stan. I was Stan and I went out for lunch today, and I was chatting away to him, and he was. He's almost got. Since he bought the DLC, he's nearly got as much time in the game as
he hasn't even started the DLC.
But he hasn't even started the DLC yet. So the time he's put in to get to the DLC since he bought the DLC,
he still hasn't done that thing. He hasn't done the thing you need to do yet, as far as oh no, because I'll see the achievement. But okay, now he can get in.
He said he's off to go get some sort of stone or something that's for his weapon, and that's going to enable him to get through the next bit that he needs to get through.
Yeah,
I just nodded and went, yeah, whatever. Sure.
You're all missing out.
Okay, thanks, Paul W. Appreciate it. Nice to hear from you. Let's move on then. Sorry, I keep hearing things. I think it's this fan that I've never had in here before. It's talking to me. I hear things. Do you know? I talk to the machines. Let's move on then to what we've been doing. Anybody like to start? Dave, nothing in there.
I've literally got nothing in there.
How's the exercise going?
Watched your NCIS or anything this week?
I've watched a few CSIs. I'm still, I what did I do? I've had 2 sessions at the gym this week. Double gym on Saturday last week.
Nice.
Double gym.
Well, I'll talk to you about that because we'll try and motivate Neil because I went swimming this week. I went swimming 4 times this week. I've never done 4. I tried to go for 5. 4 times.
Excuse
me. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I discovered the joy. I went looking to my normal pool, right? Is up here. It's a place called the Leisure Centre just up the road from here. And then the swim that I go to normally wasn't on the portal that I go to book it, right? But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 swimming pools in this town.
Fucking hell.
Yes, mate. We're the real deal. This is first world, mate. First world.
First world. We're what's the one below third world?
England.
There's like first world is like you've developed. What's second world?
I don't know.
Third world is obviously bad, and then
second world is somewhere I don't know.
We're in the we used to be good, but now it's going to shit world.
And we have an outdoor pool here, right? Which is sort of I've been to once many years ago.
What?
And I was like, and they were showing the length swim.
A Lido. Is that called a Lido?
The outdoor pool, and they showed they had a session at like 10 a.m. I was like, well, sure, why not? Let's go try it just the once. I mean, I don't really want to go do my swimming outdoors, but whatever. I went, man. It was beautiful. Super sunny.
What time?
No one there. 10 a.m. Hot.
10
sunny.
in the morning. Yeah. Sounds like work hours to me.
I just take a break for some exercise.
Yeah.
And it was so good, man. I was just like, this is fantastic. So I went again on Tuesday. Then I couldn't go on Wednesday because we had thunderstorms. And then I went Thursday and Friday. So I am fucking broken. Let me tell you, I'm so tired. So tired.
Is it a
I've
proper
managed to
length
fuck
pool,
up
like
Twitch.
25 meter, or is it just a half one?
Yeah, proper lengths again. So, yeah,
Oh,
which is good. So pleased with that. Big time.
very
So-
good. Yeah, no swimming for me. I've done the sauna once this week, but yeah, no, I've been doing bench pressing, and what else? Just lots of different stuff. Just lots of stuff on like doing the pec machine, and yeah, just doing a lot of stuff.
The
A lot of
pec
upper body, so
machine.
pec machine. So yeah, I've got like I've got moobs, I'm getting my moobs, but they're like proper rock hard now, rather than 50-year-old granny. 50-year-old granny? 70-year-old granny.
That's quite young for a granny.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, you can have 50-year-old grannies, though. So
I've known a couple.
I bet you have sunshine.
Not like that. So yeah, I fucked up, by the way. Anyone who's watching on Twitch, my mic wasn't recorded on Twitch.
Oops. Yeah, no, I'm definitely losing weight now, though.
I am definitely not. Every week I get on the scales and go, well, it hasn't gone down, but it hasn't gone up. So that's the benefit. The last few weeks have been awful.
Yeah. So what? Oh, sorry, I got distracted there. Beg your pardon, as you can probably tell.
Such a pro.
Look at Neil. Neil's look of disgust on his face as he knocks back the rest of his beer.
I wasn't even recording my mic.
But also, I was going to say, like, before we started recording, Neil was like, "What's it? Why is all your clothes in the background behind you?" I said, "That's my motorbike gear. All my motorbike gear is in my room now." If
you got a fair amount of motorbike gear too, eh?
And I was like, "That's a lot in it." I was like, "Oh yeah,
It all adds up, though, doesn't it? I mean, you got like probably maybe a couple of. You got your full racetrack. I know, anyway. You got your full racetrack leathers. Then you probably have normal leathers and trousers and boots.
Yep.
Probably about 2 or 3 sets of boots, depending on whatever.
I got
cold weather gear.
Cold weather
rain gear.
I've got my waterproofs. I got a couple of helmets, a couple of different pairs of gloves.
Couple of helmets.
A couple of helmets. Yeah, I got that one there, and then I got some there as well. And then my missus has got a few bits and bobs as well. She's got a jacket and
she's got a couple of helmets as well.
So yeah, I know, and it's one of them. You just keep buying random stuff when you got a bit of money, haven't you? And you fancy a bit.
I don't know. What's it like? Fraser wouldn't know about that. He's never got any money.
I just sold all my bike stuff.
Did you?
Well, I
haven't had a bike for about 20 years.
No. All right, what else we got? Neil, you're the guy. You're the guy who's got it all going on.
The guy with the lights. I bought some new lights.
Neil's the spender. Don't talk about us spending.
Oh man, like this month I've got to try and keep it real. I can't be spending last month. Last month was insane. I can't.
When you bought lights?
But lights that were required because in our
we'll
middle
be the judge of that.
Well, they were because the house was extended from where it was originally built. So in our main living area upstairs, where the TV and everything is, there are lights in the ceiling, and then there's like the extension part, which is a bit like a conservatory because it's got like you can sit. There's the roof that's sloped where the extension bit is. It's not like a flat ceiling. There's like a sloped roof, and like it's kind of plasticky, whatever, PVC on the outside, thin walls. So yeah, it's a bit like a conservatory type extension upstairs. So there's no lights in that bit of extended bit, so it's quite fucking dark when it gets dark at that side of the room. And it's just done my head in for ages. But I'm like, I'm not paying for fucking proper lights to be fitted in somewhere where there's no ceiling or anything to put lights in anyway.
Why on earth would you when you can go to AliExpress and get a solution?
I didn't go to AliExpress. I went to my old mate Frank Amazon and bought some Tapo LED light strips with the that you stick to the wall.
Yes.
So I've got a third one that came today because I didn't have enough to go where I wanted it to. But basically, it goes like around the edge, like around the ceiling. There's like a little load of strip of LEDs now.
Right.
And a bit into the alcove. Up where the ceiling goes up high. So I've done that, and I've got another one to put up the corner of the wall and to meet up the rest of it. And then I'll have like edit. The cool thing, inverted commas, cool, is you can put your phone on.
Yeah,
and
don't
get to
tell
listen
me.
to music and it
Does
can
it-
dance with the music.
It goes to the
But I haven't
music,
done that.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I haven't done that.
I put those. Is it because I put the LED strips? I put an LED strip downstairs in my basement, but actually I ended up taking it out because the individual LEDs ended up doing my head in. I just thought they didn't look very good. I think you need some way to diffuse.
You can buy
them,
like a diffuse.
or
You
they
can
need
buy
to
a
be-
strip to go across them to diffuse the
Yeah,
light a bit.
Yeah, that's what I think I needed to do.
Yeah, I haven't done that. But yeah, I'm quite happy with them so far. I was like, oh, it does actually look quite a lot lighter in that. Like that area of the room was just like really dark and dingy. It was just like could
Now
do
it can
this,
be
could do
now
that.
it can be blue or red or green.
It can.
Is that
Or
now your
purple.
party room?
Well, it's always been the party room. That is the party room. The whole we've got this fully the middle floor of the house is all open plan, kitchen, diner, lounge. So it's quite flexible. We've got one of them big IKEA block things that partitions the room off. But you could just shove that against the stairs and have a big fucking open room if we wanted. But we don't do that very often. But my wife was talking about doing that this weekend.
Oh yeah, is that before or after she goes and beats up the neighbours?
Well, I fucking see them in Tesco's today shopping. I was like, oh, I hope they don't recognise me. Going head down, fucking walk.
You should have just gone to the end of the
No,
aisle.
no. You gotta
should start staring at them.
you gotta face it head on and go say hello to them.
I'm not
Hey, how
fucking
you
saying
doing?
You all right? Looked at any kids out the window lately?
See you later, pedos.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well with my boss. Yeah, I won't be doing that.
Oh yeah, work. Sorry, I forgot that bit.
Yeah, I'm actually at work. Yeah, so obviously transitioning away from the lights into football is. We had a load of people around for the football.
Nice.
They liked my lights, and
Did you have the red lights on?
I had a daylight lights on. We're not having that as a show title, Dave. We're not having Hello Pedos as a fucking show title.
I think I'm in agreement with you for once.
That is not happening. Yeah, so it was England, wasn't it? Among
Yes,
other
it
things.
was.
So we had a good night for once. It was enjoyable
Nice.
to watch, largely. Slightly tense, but yeah, a moment of absolute elation at the end there.
Yeah, beautiful, wasn't it?
That's
Wasn't it
second game in a row.
Yeah.
We had a late
89 minutes 59 seconds. The time on that winner. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, which was the latest ever in a Euro semi-final or whatever. We're just smashing all these records.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I heard the interesting fact, which most people will know, but this will be only the second time that England has been to a. No, it's the first time.
This is the first time we've been to a final on foreign soil.
On foreign soil, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Eh?
And it's the third final. But no, third final in four. No, we've done 3 semi-finals in his last tournament. It's the second final that Southgate's taken us to. And
Well, it's
everyone
the
hates
most
it.
successful England have been in 60.
But
It's not enough.
and we should sack him. And I think somebody I spoke to the other day went, "We should hang him." I'm like, what the
Wow,
fuck?
that's a bit extreme.
Isn't it? I tell you, man, I don't know. Just some people.
Well, I definitely wouldn't go with that. Like,
I
imagine
watched
doing
it.
that.
What, hanging Southgate?
Hanging Southgate.
I
It's not
can't
like he got
imagine
sent
doing
off in a game needlessly like David Beckham did.
It's not like he missed a final in a semi. He missed a penalty in a semi-final or whatever.
Yeah, that would have got to us another final. You know.
Anyhow,
Okay, that was another time.
that time I did want to hang him. That's okay.
Oh, I didn't want to hang it. I felt sorry.
No, I know, I did too. But he redeemed himself. Certainly redeemed
Because
himself.
he's a why was he taking a fucking penalty? To be honest,
Anywho,
it's because he's got the big cojones.
there's no rhyme or reason to this English football. It's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. But
Well,
good.
The
anyway,
thing is, you need to end a tournament well to win them. You need to get better as you go, rather than get worse.
I've always said from the start that England will step it up when they need to step it up, and they keep seeming to step up when they need to step it up. So
we've got a big step to make this next game. Let's be honest.
I'm sure people would have thought Netherlands was a big step.
Oh,
right?
I didn't think it's nothing like Spain. Nothing like Spain.
We'll see. They're all sun-drenched, namby-pamby European footballers, right? The Netherlands would be like a good old Northern Europe, hard, good old game, right? We could take that to them. No worries, fine. Spain's done, right, Lewis?
Okay. Hopefully, they have their worst game of the tournament in the final.
We'll see. We'll try.
We'll make them bad. Hopefully.
You watched the game, Dave?
I did.
Where did you watch it?
I watched it at my dad's actually.
Nice.
In the end. It was only me. The missus and the little one wasn't actually interested, so I was like, okay, I'll go to my dad's and watch it because my dad watches it at home.
Nice.
So, but I am going to the pub on Sunday.
Yeah, where are you going on Sunday?
Oh, that could be absolute carnage.
Yep.
I'm going to the pub on Sunday.
You're all mental.
Yeah, but it won't be like a pub in England. It'll be well.
No, because it's not in England.
Yeah. It's an English pub. It's an English style.
It's not the same as an English pub in England, is it?
I think it was called the Bristol. It's called the Bristol.
The Bristols.
Bristol, singular.
Oh, okay. Oh, just the one boob.
Dirty old man.
Yeah, we're going to a village pub. I'm watching it. It's a good atmosphere.
A village pub. You're going to have a nice civilized dinner while you're watching the football. Or something
they did try
pub.
and make us, because we called to see if there was a table that we could reserve, because there's going to be about 8.
Should we put you in for the Sunday roast?
And they were like, if you come at 3, and we'll reserve a table, but you got to sit down, have a sit down meal.
Well, you come at 3, you're going to not remember anything about the football match that happens at 8 o'clock.
The pubs have got to, they've got to get people in early, and
this is their time to make the money for the whole year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, time to shine.
Yeah,
fair play. Who can blame them?
Yeah. But yeah, so exciting stuff. We don't know what's going to happen Sunday yet. I'll be at home one way or another, but we might have either a house full of kids or a house full of adults or both.
Right. So I did preemptively go and get 2 dozen burgers, 2 dozen sausages, a load of chicken.
Frozen?
They're frozen now, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be like.
Is this pre the semi-final? You did this.
This is on Thursday.
All right.
I went out.
So you knew we were in the final.
Once we were in the final, I was like, right, I'm going to just get
sausage time.
I'm just going to get loads of stuff for the barbecue. So if we do end up having a barbecue here,
you don't have to face the shops.
Somebody decides that they want a barbecue, I can just take shitloads of food over and yeah.
Good planning, Dave. You're so. This is the man. This is the type of man who writes a diary.
I've preemptively put loads of seasoning on the chicken drumsticks as well, then froze them.
Wow, Dave. This is fucking a next level organisation.
Well,
good,
I just need somebody to invite me now. Oh.
I've got a good barbecue. Dave, come around here. You can bring all your food.
Have you had it out recently?
Oh, I cooked some burgers on it yesterday.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're putting some good hours on that barbecue
I've
now.
got to fucking make my money's back somehow, and I've got to get my money's worth. Taking me a few years to get my money's worth, I imagine, but yeah, it's there when I need it.
Was it just you on it? Was it or?
Yeah, well, I wasn't literally on it. Maybe that's one way to get rid of my belly.
But it's doing the job nicely, though, isn't it? I mean, you're embracing this walk out, turn it on, cook, turn it off, walk away, right?
Yes,
I mean,
it doesn't smell. The whole house doesn't smell of burgers now when I've made burgers, which is good. This is a big benefit of having an outdoor grill.
Are you getting familiar now with your hot spots where you heat?
Well, I just used 2 burners on the other day just for 4 burgers. I was like just weighing 2 burners on, but it did seem like they've behaved differently when there's only 2 burners on. I was like, So now the left one is like, which wasn't the hot one, is hotter than the one to the right, which was the hot one before when there was all 4 of us. So I'm like, this is all complicated. So yeah, but it was like fine.
Dynamic.
It's just burgers.
It's dynamic,
It's just burgers. It's easy. It's just there. Like shut the lid, open it up, flip them over. Okay, they're cooking. But yeah, yeah. So
All right. What else we got?
let's go. Let's come on England. Yeah, I had a little. People who are watching may notice I look a little bit lighter in the face. I've got a bit more of a chin showing than normal because I had to shave my beard off. So I was doing a little trim. I was doing a little trim around my lips area where it kind of grows across your lips. And I was like, have my lips closed, go and trim. And then when I like pulled away, I went, oh shit. I've like fucking properly trimmed one side more than the other. And I was like, oh, that looks a bit high. So I'm going to have to try and trim the other side. And I looked at it, I was like, that looks fucking stupid. So it's like, I'm going to have to shave this whole, like the whole tash bit's got to come off. And I'm like, well, I'm not having the rest of it with no tash because that looks ridiculous. So I had to shave the whole fucking thing off. And now, it seems to be taking fucking ages to grow back.
When did you shave it off?
Tuesday? Wednesday?
Oh my god.
Wednesday. So yeah, had a bit of a faux pas.
Maybe you're going bald, mate.
But it's growing, but it's like the problem is it's either grey or blonde at the moment. So it's like it's quite light colours. It's not very much really dark hairs in there. Started to come through a bit. Can feel like it feels scratchy, but it's not very.
I get that after a day.
Yeah. Well, you've got more testosterone than me, Dave, probably.
Yeah, Dave certainly has. Look at him.
You're 10 years younger.
He's a real man.
I'm in the menopause now.
You're the menopause.
Yeah.
Neil and our bodies are being flooded by estrogen right now, Dave.
Yeah, it's wrong. I get hairs growing when I don't want them. That's the problem these days. More hairs growing where I don't want them when I do.
And he cries. What else we got?
I forgot till just now that I watched the first 2 episodes of season 1 of House of the Dragon the other day while I was doing the ironing. Obviously, it's perfect ironing.
I almost thought about watching that.
Have you watched all Game of Thrones yet?
Yeah.
You're all done on
Game
Game
of
of Thrones.
Definitely a Game of Thrones watcher. Were you, Neil? I can't remember.
Yeah, I watched all of it. I was a bit late to the party because I don't know, whatever. The first couple of episodes are definitely not great TV, I don't think. Of the very first series of Game of Thrones, it was like, what's this all about? And then it obviously shit gets real quite quickly in the Game of Thrones. I was like, I don't know if it was episode 3 onwards. It was like, holy shit, stuff is happening. But yeah, House of the Dragon. It's a bit more Game of Thrones, but it's like older, obviously.
Is it set before then?
It's 200 years, but what's a fucking year in Game of Thrones? Is that like a couple of weeks? I don't know. It's fucking well confusing. Like, it'll be funny. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, it's sort of medieval, isn't it? Where like men were allowed to shag kids and stuff. So it's a bit fucking weird.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, that was what it was like, isn't it? Kings married fucking women who were like 10. It's weird. So yeah, there's that kind of weird shit in it, and like it's a bit uncomfortable. That kind of nothing. You don't see anything. There's nothing like that in it, obviously. But it's just a little bit like
child porn for you to watch.
No, obviously, but it's just a little bit like this is just wrong. Like this guy is like this guy, important guy is offering his daughter to the king, and it's like you obviously don't know at the time, but like yeah, she's 12. It's like that's just fucking wrong. What the fuck?
I think it's called a betrothal at that point, and they're not technically
It's like,
married.
oh yeah. But the king's obviously like my fucking age or older. It's just like, what the fuck? Couldn't be much older. Did you say?
Well, they didn't live that long, did they, back then?
Well, I don't know. Did they? People do live long. There was a high child
Actually, is there a back then? I mean, we're talking.
This is
history.
fantasy.
Weren't there dragons and shit in it or something?
But, yeah, there are. But yeah,
Okay,
it's literally called House of the Dragon. But yeah, it's just all that. It's just like.
Well, this is the Seal podcast. We don't have seals in it, do we? Oh, you sound a little bit like one.
I can clap like one, but if you want me to.
Do a seal impression.
I'm not a performing seal. What are you doing?
Go on. No. Blow the trumpet.
Blow the trumpet. Who are?
Like the seals.
There's a saxophone in it. On the GIF.
On the GIF it is, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah. Other than the weird kids are allowed to marry old men a bit.
Yeah,
It's
can we move on
interesting.
from that?
To be fair, spoilers, he didn't marry her.
Oh.
He married a 15-year-old instead.
My show title should still be
Yeah,
show
it's still
title is
relevant.
really
It's still
looking
relevant. Yeah. Anyway, House of
Oh.
Dragon, good, strong start. I'd say it's a bit stronger than the. It's weird. I don't know. It's difficult to say because if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I guess you probably wouldn't watch House of the Dragon. And if you hadn't watched Game of Thrones, why would you watch House of the Dragon? So
could I watch House of the Dragon having not watched Game of Thrones?
I don't think it would do anything for you. If you didn't like Game of Thrones, I don't think you're going to like House of the Dragon. Let's put it that way.
All right.
And Mintsafe in the chat has asked, have you watched The Boys?
No, again, I went off The Boys a bit. I didn't
watched
need to be
all of them.
shocked.
I haven't watched the new series.
My son keeps coming up. He goes, "Are you going to watch The Boys? Are you going to watch The Boys?" I'm like, "No, I don't think that you should because this happened." I go, "That is precisely why I'm not going to watch The Boys."
Just when you thought you'd seen it all.
Haven't watched any of it. Episode 4 was awesome, according to Mintsafe. I don't know what happened. Did someone explode? I don't know. It's a bit gory, isn't it?
Probably. It is. It's shock gore.
The insides are on the outside all
it?
of a sudden.
Yeah, lots of that.
Yeah, so I haven't watched that at all. But
yeah.
My wife,
my wife
has finished New Amsterdam on Netflix, which is fucking 5 series or whatever. And she's only gone and fucking paid money to watch the newest series on Amazon. I was like, what the fuck are you doing paying for this? It's probably going to be on Netflix in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, but she wants it now.
Can't help it.
It's rude, isn't it? Eight quid to watch total shit. It was only 13 episodes. I was like, well, she managed to watch it in 2 fucking days. 2 days, she watched 13
Did she do
episodes.
anything? Or she just literally just...
She's working from home!
Working from home, yeah.
Plus,
we know the score.
I left her to it. She watched it upstairs. I was like, I'm not fucking watching this shit. She puts it on. I'm like,
oh, you're miserable.
I'm disappearing.
There you go. That's what you want. You want your wife to be watching things on their own, so you can
gives me a chance to play Elden Ring.
That's right. Gives me a chance to go play.
She's now watched it though. So I was like, why don't you? I was like, we were talking about it. She's like, do you think I should watch Game of Thrones? I was like, well, it's like it's a good TV, and like literally everyone in the fucking world has watched it basically. So maybe it's worth watching. But yes, you fucking paid 8 quid to watch a pile of shit instead. So.
Well, as long as
maybe she'll have to start Game of Thrones now. She's off. Yep. She's walking.
That's all right. Let other people enjoy their things.
She's doing the midnight moo, which is like she's walking 10 miles overnight tonight. She reckons she'll be home about 2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
It's for charity for the Will and Hospice. I've got a link. Well, she hasn't actually sent me the link, I don't think, but there is a link if you want to donate to Will and Hospice.
You're all right. Didn't I tell you? I've got out of this one now. My credit cards don't work on these things. It's just that's my out now.
What do you mean they don't work?
They don't work. I tried to do Dan's thing.
You can specifically say stop giving money to random shit on some of these cards. I've got on my Barclays. It's like
it's because it's an international thing. Is it yours?
Yeah, I think that's my problem.
Oh, is it?
Like it.
On mine, I cancelled like gambling, subscriptions. Don't do my credit card's been like cancelled for subscriptions of stuff.
Oh, I pay my Sky bill on my credit card.
Oh dear, yeah. Now I've basically just chip and pin or swipe chip and pin or online purchases.
Our credit card is through Tesco, so it's just a way to amass shitloads of club card points
on top of your staff.
On top of whatever I spend in Tesco, anyway. So
I wonder how much money of your money you actually earn through Tesco's and then pay back to Tesco.
They definitely get the better end of the deal. Put it that way.
They get Neil. That's all you have to know.
They get me and more of my money than they pay me. So
yeah. All
right, should we move on? Move on to some video games then. I just do need to run off. If somebody wants to start, maybe. Actually, Neil, do you want to just do your Elden Ring chat?
I'm not doing Elden Ring while you're not here.
Why?
Because it's the proper game. That's the good game.
I'll do GT7 then. I'll just be back in 2 seconds.
Right. Well, it's literally going to take about 5 seconds to talk about Gran Turismo. Probably a bit longer. I say that every time. I always manage to drag it out. But so, I've got one thing to talk about that's new. It's the World Series of Gran Turismo at the moment. The Gran Turismo World Series, maybe, would be the correct way of saying it. So there's all the people that you sort of race against that aren't real people in the game. They're all racing for real. Plus new other guys in a big World Series of Gran Turismo. And they just had an event in Montreal. So it was in Canada. And they had, I don't know, how many, 12 of them? They're the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup. So they actually raced against each other for real in a studio with presenters and commentators and everything watching the race. And I actually watched it live. Not all of it, but I did watch the sort of, I think it was, can't remember which one it was. I think it was the Manufacturers Cup I watched. Because in the game, they have had this option so you can vote for who you think is going to win each, like the Nations Cup and the Manufacturers Cup in each round.
Right.
So I didn't do as well as Mintsave because I don't know where he's getting his info, but he managed to predict both the winners of the Manufacturers Cup and the Nations Cup and get himself a cool 2 million GT credits, as he posted in Discord. And I only got 1 million for predicting the winner of the Manufacturers Cup, which is the guy. This guy's win record is insane. I can't remember what his name is. Igor Fraga, I think his name is. He was racing with Lexus, and his freaking win ratio is mental. He's won it multiple times, I think, the actual whole thing. So I went with him in that, and then I went with Coque Lopez in the Nations Cup. He's a Spanish guy. And he didn't win, but he took about 4 places in one lap or something. It was quite cool. It was quite interesting to watch. So I stayed up and watched it till about 2 a.m. And yeah, they make a pretty good show of it, to be fair. I'm quite impressed.
So where were you watching it on Twitch?
I was watching it on my PlayStation through Gran Turismo. Look, basically opens a link in a web browser, in the PlayStation web browser. So you could watch it on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I just opened. It was in the game. And it just click here, and I was like, okay. So I opened it up, and I got rewards for watching. I got some roulette tickets, which I've not been a big fan of generally, because whenever I get a really good roulette, 6-star roulette, I'm like, yeah, big rewards coming up, and it's 100,000 credits or whatever. I'm like, are you fucking taking the piss? But I actually won 1 million credits in one of my roulettes, and the one was it was like a random thing, and that was the biggest thing I could have won, was 1 million credits. And then the other roulette was just cars, and I got an Aston Martin Vulcan, which I was like, I didn't have beforehand, so I was like, that's cool. And it's pretty fucking. I haven't driven it in the game, but it looks pretty sexy. Mintsafe saw one in real life. He posted in the Discord, which it's a pretty cool looking car. It had all its bonnet up and everything.
Nice.
And looked pretty nice. Thanks for sharing. It was cool. But yeah, and then other than that, got a few rewards from the old time trials. Didn't get anything silly. Got a silver and a bronze. The latest ones, I'm not going to fucking do well in these. There's a Mercedes something or other from the 60s, and I'm not getting anywhere near silver in that. I don't think. It's just I probably could if I had it would take me a long time to get anywhere near good in that, because it's a bit of a shitty old car with shit tires on by modern standards. And then at the complete opposite end of the scale is the super formulas are on Fuji, and if it's a really fast car, I'm just total shit in them. I can't get anywhere in it. The people who are the people who set the quickest times in that are just insanely good. It's just I'd love, I think there must be people with steering wheels and stuff like that. Because trying to do it on the controller, it's just if you just make a slight little input error, it's just fucking completely spin off. Because you have to be right on the fucking limit to get anywhere near.
Right. Yeah.
My Google speaker just started speaking to me. I don't know. Something went wrong, as per fucking usual. Yeah. So, other than that, done my weekly challenges today. But yeah, GranTurismo is still a thing. It will be. It's in the rotation, regular. So I'm not talking about Elden Ring. He ain't back yet.
No, he ain't back yet. I don't know what he's gone
What's
to
he
do.
doing? He's probably gone for a dump.
Shall I talk about? I've got 2 games to talk about.
One of these is quite old, for sure. Oh, here he comes. He's meant to make a cup of fucking tea. Look.
Oh
He
mate,
comes back with a cup of tea.
cup of tea. PG
So
tips.
anyway, GranTurismo.
Tetley.
We
Did
talked
you
about
literally go and make a
GT7.
cup of tea?
I fed the dog, and then I
Oh.
made a cup of tea in between doing that too.
Yeah. Good for you. Rude.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk about Journey to the Savage Planet.
Well, I've played this.
You played it,
Played this a long time ago.
right? It's got released on Xbox Game Pass.
I reckon I played it on Game Pass before, and it left, and then it's come back again.
I think I
Maybe.
started this.
Yeah, but I started it. I played for about an hour and a half. I enjoyed it in that it's quite a well put together game. It's a 3D platformer. Well, it's a 3D RPG with like you've got to get resources and build up your crashed spaceship to escape the planet or whatever. I'm guessing that's the gist of the game. But you're mainly exploring. You find a new enemies. There's sort of bosses or more difficult enemies that you got to defeat, or you can't defeat them until you upgrade your weapon or you get a new ability. And there is some sort of puzzles to complete on the map to get further places, but then of course you've got to gather resources to get more abilities and upgrades, and it's quite it's quite standard game fare in that respect. It does have it's got quite a good humor about it. There was a few things that were quite funny. There's a few sort of videos and VODs.
Oh yes.
Sort of detailing, like telling you're part of this company that's the 4th best space exploration, and you know they've invested all this money and time into you, but they didn't give you enough fuel to make it home, so you've got to find it on the planet. It was good. It's not sure if I'm going back to it because I think I got.
You're talking about it in past tense already.
Yeah, I think I got the general gist of it. It's not a very long game, in any regards, but it's a good one to play on Game Pass. I played it and then got a hankering for playing a different game, which I'll talk about later. Because I don't know, I think there's more to the other game that I've been playing. Not in so much as story.
You need a little bit more meat on the bone.
Yeah, I just need yeah.
What about you, Neil? Do you find when you have bones, do you feel when you're got you prefer more meat on the bone, Neil?
So yeah, praise. Yeah, if you've got Game Pass, play it. I wouldn't buy it. You can buy it on Steam. It's like 20 quid probably.
Yeah, don't buy it. I am here. What I was just
shaking your head. But yeah. Do you want to talk about your game, Phrase?
My games are the same as they always are. I don't. Oh, I tell you what. Okay, so yeah, I have played more Balatro. I haven't really got much more. I unlocked a card today, though.
What was that? You posted something in a Discord today.
Yeah, so I unlocked the... What's it called? Nebula? Oh, no, it's called... Oh, it doesn't say it on there. It's one of the...
Joker.
Yeah, it's the one you get... You know that one where it does nothing?
Yes.
Blank
There's a thing
voucher?
in the shop.
Yeah.
There was a thing in the shop that said this thing does nothing.
Yeah, and you keep buying it. And you're like, why am I buying this? Well, you buy this because you buy that because this is the second so you have those vouchers. You can't get the second version of a voucher unless you've bought the first version of a voucher. Every voucher has a second version. So there's like
so you unlock. I know I unlocked the first thing with those. This thing does nothing, and I unlocked something. Is there another thing to unlock?
Yeah. So as long as you've bought it, the first version.
Yeah.
Then you're into the chance of the second version.
Right. Okay.
It's the only way you can get the second version.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the odds are really low. I think there's something like 1 in 32. I think it's something like a 1 in 32. And of course,
it's not that low.
Well, it's
not like winning the Euro Millions, is it?
Sorry, those are high. What are we? They're not great odds because the vouchers are so few and far between, right?
There's a lot of vouchers that you could get, but that one specific one is one
us scrubs who are. Yeah, us scrubs who are doing just to anti-8, which is all I ever really do. I don't really see much point in doing eternal runs or endless runs, whatever they're called. You're only going to get 8 vouchers. So you're only ever going to see, I think, a quarter of the voucher shop, right?
I see what you mean.
And that's if you buy every one, because sometimes you can't afford them early game. Sometimes you don't want them either. Anyway... So more Balatro, that's been fun. I do generally try and shy away from doing any runs where I win with flushes, because Matt Griffiths he basically painted the game as being doable just with flushes. So I spent a lot of time.
You were just doing it to be like pedantic almost, like I'm going to fucking preview
sort of. Yeah, the part of me just thought is flushes. I think flushes are an easy way out for.
That's what I used to use all the time
for a run.
Flushes being cards of the same suit.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially when you get the thing where all the red cards are the same.
Yeah.
All diamonds and hearts. Are
even
the same
diamonds and hearts are diamonds are hearts and hearts are diamonds or whatever. So.
Yeah. I will say though that what I have been doing the last week or two is all my runs I've been concentrating on getting a blue seal as quickly as possible onto a card, and then try and get that blue seal duplicated, and then draw that blue seal out as quickly as possible. So you can then start doing hands of, say, like a pair or 3 of a kind, and you've pulled a blue seal out to be holding in the hand when you finish the round. The blue seal gives you a planet card for the for the hand. And once you start doing that, if you can get into the habit of always having a blue seal when you finish on the hand that you're concentrating on, you level it up like a son bitch really quickly. You get you're getting probably 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3 if you're pulling out 2 blue seals, plus the planetary cards in the shop. And then if you get a telescope, which means you get that most played planet card every planetary pack.
Yep.
You can really start to do damage.
Level up those flushes.
You can really leave boring. The problem with flushes is they take up 5.
You can get the thing where you can get 4 card flush, can't you? Or is it just
that takes up a Joker slot.
Yeah.
I actually got offered that today and but I didn't take it because it just
I take that every time.
I didn't need it. My hand was I'd already got my hand to
the best card to surely one of the best hands to level up is a single card.
If
you can get that to like level 30 or something stupid, it's just like wow, it's just like
but the problem,
play 1 card and get fucking loads of points.
Well, you'd think that, Neil. You'd think that. Here's the problem with high card leveling up, is that if you go and look on the planetary card for a high card, you only get plus 1 malt and plus 10 chips. So every planetary card really isn't giving you that much benefit. right? Whereas if you level up 3 of a kind, you probably get +3.
Well, you don't, how often do you play a 3 of a kind? I don't normally. I don't like unless you manufacture your deck to get those things. So like I hardly ever get like 3 of kind, 4 of a kinds. Like I've hardly ever played a 4 of a kind in this game.
You can craft your deck pretty quick so that you can pull 4. If you concentrate on just always converting cards to a single type, or and eliminating, crafting the deck as quickly as possible. I suppose that's the thing, right? In those initial runs when
I'm still a noob at this, let's be honest.
Yeah, if you're in noob mode, then you're
playing real cards rather than
there's a
Balatro.
real sort of initial just level of brute forcing your way to loads of points. But if you go beyond noob level, which I could safely say I'm well beyond noob level, you start to get into the real deck crafting, right? Deck crafting is key, or you make a lot more. See, there's another problem with leveling up high card is that if you level up high card too quickly, you can't use hands to craft your deck. So I have 3 discards that I can use to craft my deck to get to what I want to get it to do what I want to do, like bringing out blue seals, bringing out steels, bringing out golds. If you level up high card super quick early game to a point where high card wins every round, well, now you've lost the opportunity to use the extra hands you have in your hand. So I'll give you an example. So I had a lot of things recently where I have the opportunity to play my flush, but I have to use a gold card. Do I play that flush and use the gold card as part of that flush?
If you defeat the gold cards, you gain coin. Okay.
Yes, the gold card. If you don't play, it's worth $3. So then, is it worth me just to play
discarding
some shitty hands? No, I'm out of discards by this point. So I play a hand that isn't going to score very well, and I'll lose $1 at the end of the round because I don't get $1 for the hand. But if it pulls in a replacement card for the flush, I can grab $2 from the gold card, right? So in fact, I've only ever lost $1 instead of $3. Follow? Anyway.
Not really.
The point is,
this is what someone who's played Balatro for 200 hours.
When you've played 200 hours, everything you do has an impact, right? Every dollar counts. If I decide to buy that pack, and it takes me from, say the pack costs $8 and it takes me from $18 to $14. That pack hasn't cost me $4. That pack has cost me $5 because I've lost $1 in interest from the next round. So there's all sorts of beyond noob level thinking, which is just, I had to have a break for a while, but I'm back on it again. I'm back on the crack pipe.
Yeah. I need to nip out for a moment.
Okay.
Because I'm going to have an accident.
Okay, don't have an accident. Do you want to start on Planet Crafter then, Dave?
Yeah. So, Journey to the Savage Planet piqued my interest for exploration, 3D exploration games, and I was like, there's this game I've had installed for ages, and I did play it a little bit to start with, like months and months and months ago, called Planet Crafter. I think I bought it on Steam. I did buy it on Steam because I was really interested in it. It's a 3D exploration. You crash land on a planet and you've got to terraform it. And you build a base and you terraform it by adding oxygen, pressure, heat, and water to it. And then the more you terraform, the more you put into it, the more unlocks you get, and the more access to other parts of the map for more complicated items to build more things.
All right. Sounds like standard fare.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. But it I don't know. I've been playing it all week.
I'm looking at it here. It looks really nice.
It's really nice. Yeah, there's a little bit of idle gameplay to it as well because you've got to wait. You've got to do the things to make the numbers go bigger to terraform, and there is a little bit of there's there's nothing I can do at the moment, but I'll go and look for materials, or I'll go explore it, like exploring, maybe find a different part of the map that I haven't been to before, and yeah, it's quite good. The actual requirements for you got to eat, you got to drink, and you've got an oxygen meter. They're pretty strict, but the way you get them back, the way you is pretty easy. You can just make a simple room randomly in the environment, jump in, and that replenishes your oxygen. I don't know why that replenishes your oxygen, but it does. And then you can put a sort of crafter in the room, which is a very simple recipe to do, and make some water. Food goes down very slowly, but you can make that quite easily. And yeah, just build a little base and make sure it's got enough power, and go off exploring and yeah, crafting different things to increase the terraforming. The way the planet actually terraforms is really nice. You basically see it between, like, the video that we're watching it's all red at the moment. I've got an atmosphere. I'm making lakes on the actual planet itself. It's and there's other crashed ships, and you've got to scavenge through them and get like better resources from them to make more things and make power on your systems. We're watching the actual base building itself at the moment on Twitch, and that's quite good. It's quite satisfying. Very simple. There's a lot of things just locked together. Yeah, it's really good. You can make multiple leveled rooms. You can make big expanses of rooms, and you put all your equipment of working out your unlocks and the terraformation. And
some of the things that I'm picking up on here that I'm just looking at it is, one, all the reviews are overwhelmingly positive and everyone is singing its praises. Two, they say they've sold
early
it.
access. Sorry,
they have a demo, but I think they're releasing 1.0 around about now or something. They said here,
right.
Planet Crafter,
and they've sold 1 million copies.
They're doing okay.
They
haven't just fucked off and run away with the money.
They say here, so 1.0 has been released. It says after the 1.0 release and the following explosive update, we will take some time off this summer to recharge our batteries.
That was in end of May. Yeah.
But also,
so the game is a game.
There's a couple of people here.
Is a game. Yeah.
A couple of people here saying that solo is okay, but perhaps it benefits from squadding up.
Can you do that?
There is co-op. You can invite people in.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just
Did you get it on sale?
Huh?
Did you get it on sale?
I don't know when I bought it.
Oh, you've had it a while. You said.
Let's have a look at my. Oh, saying that, my achievements. Maybe there wasn't achievements before I when I started playing it. I don't know.
Let's have a look on. Is there any deal? Because it's not on sale right now.
Well, we literally probably was until yesterday.
Yeah,
because everything was on summer. We had the Steam summer sale, and until it ran out, finished yesterday at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 50% off. It's been before, so.
Do you know there was a game the only game of spacey wise that I got into? I was Astroneer. I really liked Astroneer.
Yeah, I like Astroneer. Yeah, I bought the Planet Crafter for £15 in April 22.
Ooh. That sounds early access at times.
Yeah.
And now you're reaping the benefits of supporting a developer in the early days.
I don't know how much it is now.
Probably £30.
Let's have a look at the store page. So on Steam at the moment,
$30 here.
£20.
Oh, okay. It's not expensive.
No.
Oh, look at him.
I mean, you know.
Thought you were having a quiet month.
So did you say £20?
£20. 20.
The
British
big purple
pound.
one.
That's like 6 meal deals at Tesco or whatever.
Okay. Is that a currency of the future?
That is how we work things out nowadays.
All right.
That's the smallest unit of currency is a Tesco meal deal now.
About 660,000 Vietnamese dong.
Oh, we're back to the dog.
Always comes back to the dog.
Always. All right. Anything else on Planet Crafter? It looks nice. I've added it to my wish list.
It's great. I've put 4 or 5 hours in this week.
Suited to a console?
You can play it with a controller.
There's a lot of F keys.
I think
keep
there's
seeing on the
Xbox controller, full controller support for PlayStation and Xbox controller. Yeah,
and Steam Deck, I assume. Have you had a little dabble on the Steam Deck, Dave?
I'm playing it on the Steam Deck. Yeah, I'm playing it offline at my daughter when my daughter went to rock climbing. So I took my Steam Deck.
I've added a Steam Deck to my wish list.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What, an OLED one or?
I want an OLED one. If I'm going in, I'm going in. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not
you're going to
fucking
go
buying
in.
one of those shitty old LCD ones.
Go big or go home, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not fucking about.
I felt the siren's call of the Steam Deck a little bit the last couple of weeks. I don't know why.
Because Balatro works on it.
Well, yeah, there is that. And I'll tell you, and I got pissed off as well because I think Apple are dropping headphone support out of all their stuff. So I was like,
well, as in wired headphone.
Wired
you can't plug.
Yeah.
You can't plug a headphone into anything these days.
So I was. Can you plug them into a Steam Deck? Because if not, then the Steam Deck can join.
I don't know, to be honest. I reckon it probably has got Steam.
Yeah,
it's got headphones.
I'm sure it has.
On my one,
I'd be very surprised.
Mine's an OLED one. Not an OLED one. It's an LCD one.
I'm pretty sure the OLED ones have still got that.
So I was wondering whether a Steam Deck could replace my iPad.
Yes. What else do you do on your iPad? Actually, let's not go there.
There's a lot you can do with Steam Deck.
Right now, pinball.
I mean, I'm sure you can do that as well on a Steam Deck.
I play a lot of solitaire. I do a lot of YouTube videos. I listen to a lot of music, podcasts.
Okay, it probably won't then.
Probably won't, will it? I came to that conclusion already.
What? You can do all that on Steam Deck.
I'm sure you can do it all on Steam Deck. I don't think it'll be as awesome as my iPad. You know, this flat thing I can carry around all over the place with me.
But you can play proper games on a Steam Deck.
When's Balatro coming to the iPad? That's all I need.
You can't play proper games on a fucking iPad.
Yeah. All right, what else we got? Do we need to talk about Hunt?
Don't know. I've had a notification. What's this? Hang on a minute.
I played Hunt.
Oh, that's right. Dave came in. That was a bad night for playing Hunt, actually, Dave, to be honest. I was not in a good mood that night.
Well, I was in a really good mood, but I was absolutely hammered.
I was
because
really
it was
tired.
after the England game.
Yeah. It was after the England game. I thought, I got a little bit of time. I'll jump on. Saw you two were playing. You're like,
actually, maybe that might have been the source of my frustration.
Why were you in a bad mood after we won?
Yeah, and I jumped in. There's 2 games. We had 2 really bad games.
Really bad, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm done.
We got quite a few kills, as I recall.
I think it was just the fact that we lost a. It's you know what it was. It was when we were at that center compound, and we lost a. It's when we lose a battle. I'm sure we're going to win. It really fucks me off. That's when I get the most pissed off. Like
you feel like you can only got about 5 or 6 maximum games in you these days before you're like, I'm fucking done. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I got killed by a thrown dynamite into a room that
wasn't by
I
me,
had no idea that they could kill me in, and I was like, I'm done then. I'm dead. All right, well, like that was it. It was like, and then I don't know. Neil went running out after somebody went. Oh, I didn't realise I had a shotgun.
Oh, that was I couldn't figure out how I got killed either because it didn't say that anyone had killed me. So
they were hacking, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing.
It was just like, nah.
But we did play. And we did play a little bit more. Did we play last night? I can't remember.
We played later. Dave went and we carried on. We punished ourselves further.
Right.
We stacked a good pile of dead hunters.
We did. Well, I've got to keep.
We did one night this week, didn't we?
I don't know. Was that this week? I don't feel like I played it more than one night this week. Who knows?
We did. We played on.
I only ever play when I'm
shit
faced.
Fuck knows. Whenever it was.
I was up really fucking late that night. I was listening to music till about fucking 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was up late that night actually as well. I think just doom scrolling through Facebook videos. Yeah, which is why I don't look at my phone in bed at night because
I don't take my phone to bed.
I normally don't, but I don't know why I did that night. But I was just like, oh, okay, I'll put it on.
I don't look at my phone.
Literally, like, I looked at the script, I looked up, and was like, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh, fuck's sake.
I was downstairs with my headphones on, listening to the cranking the tunes up really loud. I'd gone beyond the point, you know. That's where I was that night.
Are we going to play Hunt tonight?
Maybe.
I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to come play Hunt.
I've got 2 hours at the gym tomorrow. I've got to be there for 8 o'clock.
Fuck that. Come play
8 o'clock?
8 o'clock in the morning.
It's early, Dave.
It is early.
That's the time I go to work on a Sunday.
All right, we're going to talk about Elden Ring, and then we'll have an early finish. Yeah.
Oh, you done that?
There's 25 minutes to fill, and I'm sure you can fill it with Elden Ring.
It's not obligatory to fill the 25 minutes.
It's not obligatory, no.
What's going on in 25 minutes?
Certainly not nothing. Don't worry about it. Just 5 minutes on Elden Ring, and then we're done.
Well, yeah. I've been playing a shitload more Elden Ring all week. I've been... think I've been basically playing through just the new areas, the Shadow of the Erdtree expansion this week. I'm trying to find a video that's not fucking just going to have masses of spoilers in it. So I definitely had to what was I going to say? Definitely had to resort, that's the word I was going to try and use, to using some guides this week.
Yes.
Because I was like, there's some areas of the map I'm looking at and I'm like, I have not been to that area and I can't fucking work out how to get there. So I was trawling it. I was like, so there's a blue area of the map which is called the Cerulean Coast, which I hadn't.
So this is on like not the DLC bit.
This is on the DLC. This is all DLC.
Right, this is on the DLC bit. Okay.
Yeah, and then there was another area which looks a little bit like that, but it's more red coloured. I was like, I haven't been there either. And I've been all around fucking trying to find these areas, just like mooching about. But then I was like, fuck this, I'm going to have to look this up because I don't know how to get there. But so I found the ways to these areas that I hadn't been to before.
And do you know the way?
To San Jose? No. But I do know the way to Cerulean Coast. Well, actually, to be honest, I don't. Oh yeah, I do know the way to Cerulean Coast when I think about it. Yeah, and what the other fucking area is, can't remember. But they're very nice looking areas, and they've got some. Killed a couple of fucking big old dragons this week.
Nice.
Are they bosses or just like big enemies in?
Yeah, they're sort of great enemies. They're not progress blocking, like because they're the kind of like ones where you can go into an area. It's not like locked off like by a gate. If you go, these are ones that you can run in and you're like, oh shit, I've gone into an area where there's a big fucking enemy. I can just run away. Yeah. They're great enemies, rather than bosses.
Like those Lionels or whatever from Tears of the Kingdom. They have an area they reside in. No, actually, they're in Breath of the Wild as well.
I haven't played that really that much of that either, to be honest.
So you just go into an area and there'd be like this big bad guy who roams around that area.
Yeah, but you don't have to fight them.
No.
But like, if you go into like within a certain vicinity of the boss, they're going to aggro, and you're like, kind of going to be like, you're going to either have to run the fuck away really quickly, or you're in a fight in Elden Ring, basically. But these ones, they're like, I've killed it. Like I say, the dragons are not that hard. You basically got to just avoid their attacks, obviously, which are relatively telegraphed, versus some of the other proper bosses, which are absolute motherfuckers. And yeah, you just like slash at their ankles with your sword or whatever. Because I'm playing a melee build, so obviously there's multiple options in this game. I still have not bothered to respec my character to play magic And just like I've got loads of fucking spells in my inventory, so there is that in my locker. I could just go, fuck this, I'm done. I'm going to go and see the queen that I killed fucking about 300 hours ago, and respec and go magic build, and just start throwing spells and stuff like that. But yeah, just really, I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's the fucking best game ever. It's so fucking good. It is. There's a there was a point this week for sure where I went through a gate, a proper boss gate, and there's a guy called Commander. I don't know how it's Gaius. So is that Gaius? I don't know. Gaius, that's what it's like. Commander Gaius. It's always in my head starts me going about Rock Me Amadeus. I don't know why. It's just fucking this.
Excellent.
So, and he was fucking rocking me for quite a long time, I can assure you. As in, he was kicking the fucking shit out of me. So I go through this big like cloudy gold gate. So you're like, the first time you go, it's like there's a gate, and you're like, this looks like it could be a boss area. Big wide open area through this sort of archway from after I've just left a castle.
30 years of gaming tells me nothing good is about to come.
This could go one of two ways. Either it's absolutely nothing, it's completely fine, or there's going to be an aerial motherfucker in here. And it was this latter of those options when I went through this gate. And it was like, so obviously the first time, he fucking kicks my ass. I drop like 200,000 runes on the floor. I'm like, well, I want those 200,000 runes back. So I spent a good fucking hour running in, collecting my runes, calling in my summon to try and beat this motherfucker. Holy shit. He's like a really big, powerful, like knight-looking guy who rides a giant wild boar, which is fully armored up with great big fucking tusks and everything on. And obviously the boar does attacks as well as him with his great big fucking like giant sword spear thing that just does shitloads of damage if it hits you. So that was challenging for quite a while. But I did beat that motherfucker. And that, I don't know why. The thing, they've got this secret little source of you get your fucking ass kicked, but you do enough damage to the boss to think, if I just really focus on what I'm doing here, I can fucking do this. And even though that might take 2 hours, every time you're like, I'm so close, I nearly fucking did it. I nearly did it.
No, this is the
but
problem.
the fights are enjoyable. Despite you losing that fight at the end, you're like, that was really great. And I nearly killed him.
But I didn't. You can't sell it to me like that. It's just, I can't not progress for that amount of time. It would just.
But while you're doing it, like I definitely do a lot of swears, obviously, because I do swear. I do swear a lot.
Swear
anyway.
jar in the corner.
But this game would, if I could have paid for this game about 100 times over with a swear jar. But when you do finally do that final hit and they fucking
I understand that.
You're like, fuck yes, you fucking motherfucker, I killed you. You might have killed me 100 times, but I fucking killed you, and I don't have to deal with you again, unless I go New Game Plus, which is obviously optional. But
I don't think I got. I just don't think I have the stamina for it. I'm such a lightweight.
I don't like I say
the mental fortitude to be beaten up in my leisure time like that. I just can't.
I don't know.
Saying
it doesn't happen that often though.
Competitively, Hunt. I mean, it's like we get beaten up all the time.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
It's no different. It's just a computer doing it to you instead of a real person. And like there is always the option to just, like I say, it's like just fucking go somewhere else and do something else and come back when you're a bit stronger. And you're like those extra couple of hits that you might need to finish him off. You've done when you've got a bit more powerful. But yeah, I do. I just like. It's just so good. It's like the environments. It's like nothing else. It's batshit crazy.
For the layman, okay, now he goes off on his Elden Ring love again.
Right, I've got a little bit of knowledge about Elden Ring DLC, and I was going to ask you, Neil. Yeah.
A little bit of
Have
knowledge
you-
or a little bit of...
A little bit of knowledge, because I've been watching a few videos about it.
Oh, now he's a YouTube expert. Here we go.
Have you killed any of the Kindred Rot?
What?
So there's some like passive enemies that are part of More, an NPC called More, who gives you some recipe.
It's not ringing any bells, Dave.
Okay, right. There's a pest or a thing that are basically friends of one of the NPCs that gives you recipes, and he tells you when you first meet him, don't kill these
I don't know if I've met
creatures.
this person.
Okay.
Where do you know where they are?
No idea. No, can't
I
remember.
know, like, you can totally fuck yourself up on some sort of quest lines by, like, either not talking to someone at the right time,
Right.
or just completely ignore, like, or you can like completely miss whole quest lines, or you can, if you kill somebody, then that might completely screw up someone else's quest line and all that sort of shit. But I've been trying to meet all the NPCs, and with that, like, there was an area I walked into, and there's like a little symbol that comes up, which means you can't use any weapons. And I was like, okay, this is a safe zone. It's one of the very few safe zones. I can just walk around and know that no one's going to fucking hurt me.
So what kind of zone would that be then? What, like
there's like when you go to like what they called a round table hold in the original game, it's like this area where there's a guy who upgrades your weapons. There's a woman who sells. Right? Yeah, it's basically like a little safe hub, and it's where you go to start New Game Plus when you finish the game and stuff like that. But it's like there's a load of NPCs that you meet in there in the original game, who, like, load of story stuff happens with, it's like stuff goes on with all of those NPCs. Then you go meet all these other randoms around the fucking map, and like I say, if you don't go to certain areas of the map, you don't ever fucking meet them. But Rock Paper Shotgun had like a progression tree of like each area to go to, and I was like, I've done the first area, obviously, because that's where you start. I've done the second area, and then there was like the third area. I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Right. I was like, I'm supposed to have gone there, and there was like the 7th or 8th area on the list. I was like, well, I've been there, right. And that probably explains why I was getting my fucking ass kicked, because I missed about 5 areas in between. So yeah,
but the game allows for that, right? So I mean, you must,
But like, it's not like I was. I mean, I killed one of those giant fucking fiery golem things, furnace golems.
Oh yeah, who are
we
talking?
They're just
you
like
and I were
walking
talking about that the other day.
Yeah. Fucking gigantic. They're fucking enormous, and their sort of upper torso is basically this huge furnace, and they're called furnace golems, and they have a visage on the front of this basket, which is obviously their face. Yeah. And I mean, there's a giant on the screen right now, and they make the giants look fucking small. They're absolutely enormous. And but there's one area on this one of the maps, one of the new areas, you could get above them, and there's these. You get in the base game, you had like you could craft throwables. So there was like sort of a pot of. You have to find a pot, and then you could use crafting materials to make it like a fire pot or a fucking sleep pot, a poison pot, a holy pot. Yeah, you can throw things to make them go to sleep.
Okay.
And we'll shoot them with arrows, and they go to sleep.
Every night.
I would use that on my myself.
Sleep pot. You're into the sleep pot.
Oh no! I just said if whoever can manufacture that sleep chamber or whatever, that I can just go in and have guaranteed 6 hours of deep sleep. What do we even need? But do we even need that much? 4 hours?
What's his name? Spanish manager only has 3 hours of sleep a night.
Deep sleep, yeah, a couple of hours.
Imagine the sleep, if you could have a sleep chamber. Like, I'm just tired all the time.
I'm not sure if it's deep sleep or REM sleep that you need.
Even if it could just knock me.
I think you need a bit of both.
8 hours. 8 hours. I'll take 8 hours of whatever type of sleep, but good 8 hours sleep. So the sleep pot, hit me with it.
Right, okay. I can't.
What I don't know is anesthetic actual sleep?
I think you feel pretty fucked after being on
No.
anesthetic, to be honest.
Yeah, but is that drug?
I don't think it is because
or is it just like
it
not
shuts you off.
unconscious, just literally?
It's also maybe what they've done to your body while you've been under anesthetic.
No, but I know what
doesn't
Dave's getting at, and I think I think we have experts who can tell us this, I'm sure. But I from what I've been led to believe, the thing about anesthetic is it just chops that time out of you. Like
Right.
you have, when you're sleeping, you have some sort of appreciation of time. Does that make sense? Whereas when you have the anesthetic, it just chops that out straight away. I mean, you just
so
go
it's literally like a human off switch.
Like you just turned off and turned on again.
Yeah. Whereas sleep, you're still processing things. You're turning your memories like into long-term storage and processing things. That's why you have weird dreams.
Yeah, and know about them when you wake up, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But like
sometimes there's physical remnants.
But like,
let's not go there, eh?
Not like you're sweating or something.
Okay.
No.
I thought you'd gone somewhere else, to be honest. But
dirty bird.
So, but no, anesthetic is not a cure. Is not a I feel sleepy.
I bet all sorts of weird shit goes on while you're under anesthetic.
I mean, maybe you do feel better after anesthetic. I don't know. Do you? I've never been under that. I think I've only been under.
Sedation is the thing that fucks you up. It's when they sedate you. That really fucks people up. My missus has had sedation at the dentist before, and
so what's the sedation then?
It's like you don't go on like asleep. You are conscious, but you have no fucking memory of whatever's happened while you're awake.
Just a cabbage.
So it's just like you're fucked. So yeah, but she has been to the dentist a few times and had sedation. So like they could like do her teeth, whatever. She fucking has a thing about dentists. She doesn't like dentists. Really don't like dentists. So she would get sedated.
That's bizarre because everyone I know loves them.
Well, but she really doesn't like the fucking dentist.
I really
so much so that she has to be sedated when they do anything to her fucking teeth.
Is she a biter? It's like,
I'm not. That's a bit TMI, mate.
Okay, no, she's in the next level of not liking dentists.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, when she's had sedation at the dentist, she has absolutely no idea what the fuck happened while she was in there, and doesn't remember anything for multiple hours after. But yeah, she's just absolutely fucked after that.
I'm really worried about what you just did there.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Because my mind is just like, well, what? I don't want to know. This episode's been well dodged.
Yes, well shonky. Well shonky, there you go. There's an episode title for you, which just doesn't say anything too much.
Dentists, eh?
Anyway, fuck dentists. Well, I guess someone has to. We're talking about Elden Ring.
Are we done now?
We were. No. So anyway, I beat that Commander Gaius, Rocket Me Amadeus. He was a motherfucker. I beat some dragons. I don't know. I've been fucking just exploring lots of new areas.
And it's the greatest game ever.
Yes. You want to finish?
Yes.
Oh, that's fine. I'll have more Elden Ring.
I know you will. Anything to add, Dave?
I've got new weapon. No guns. I haven't got any guns.
Not you,
new
Dave.
Weapons.
What?
Oh God, he's not even listening.
I'm listening.
Well, answer the question then.
No.
Have you got anything more games-wise? Fraser, are you going to play some actual games?
No.
Come on.
Like what?
I don't know.
Fucking, you've got Elden Ring. You can start it.
Have you got Elden Ring?
Well, yeah. Stan's got it.
The Cricket 24, the official.
We could have a big
game of the Ashes has been released on Game Pass.
Can we play three-player cricket?
You can, I believe. I think you can probably two-player.
Do 11. Oh no, Xbox local multiplayer, online multiplayer, 2 to 4 players.
Oh, game of cricket.
Only 4 players.
Who can we could play in for a game? They could have a World Cup.
Oh, we're going to talk about Game Pass quickly.
Do well.
Well, they're upping the prices, aren't they?
No.
and introducing a new tier.
Greedy bastards.
I haven't looked into it too much. Fraser's doing the homework right now, but
No,
I did
I'm
see
looking at my emails.
the rewards apparently are binning off. You're not going to be able to use rewards to buy Game Pass anymore.
Oh, that's you screwed then.
It's
isn't
almost like the
don't
massive
tell
loophole
anybody, right?
for 5 years.
Oh, I've got a really big fucking loophole. Apparently, I don't know how this has happened. I used to do rewards.
Got a rich missus.
No, what's happened is I signed up to BT Broadband for a year, well, for 2 years, and they gave me 12 months Game Pass as part of that
They
subscription.
did, yes.
So now, when I go to manage my subscription on Microsoft, it says you're being provided with a third-party provider. Go to this link, and I'm like, I go to that link, and I'm not paying for Game Pass, but I'm still got Game Pass.
Yeah.
And my 12 months ran out fucking ages ago, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What's going on, Dave?
Yeah. I'm in a similar situation where my mum goes through BT, but I've got this Game Pass thing. I don't use it. Do you want it? So I signed up with my account on it, and she hasn't been paying for it at all.
I got it bundled in for 12 months, but then they've never charged, and it says I'm not paying for it on BT.
Yeah,
but it still works.
Yeah,
and I haven't actually paid any money.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
I don't know. I think maybe
this is why they're putting the price up. I don't know.
And, maybe. I suspect BT were supposed to offer it as a 12-month subscription, singly, but they've roped it monthly into the price plan. But haven't
it's £10 a month
to the price.
Oh, well, it was £10.
Yeah.
You could pay through BT £10 a month to get Game Pass. So you saved yourself what used to be £1 a month. Now it's like 15 quid a month. I think it's going up to.
Right.
Or maybe more. Can't remember.
Yeah. And I know there is going to be a tier that doesn't include
day one releases.
Yeah. I'm not renewing as it stands. Once mine runs out, that's it. We're done.
There's you're not really paying anything. So
Stan that's going to feel it.
Yes,
that's
my son's
going to be the
notice
interest.
it.
Yeah, see, that's going to be the interesting thing is.
But when they finally catch up with me, I don't know. We'll be like, oh, there's all of a sudden I'll just guess it'll just stop working. I'll be like, oh, okay. I've got a 3-month voucher ready to use, which I cashed in March. I haven't had to use it yet. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I don't know. Maybe sign up for BT Broadband and get 12 months of Game Pass, and maybe you won't have to pay for it ever again. I don't know. It seems that's the way it's going so far.
All right.
That's what a friend told me anyway. It wasn't actually me that was happening.
Yeah, it wasn't you or Dave's mum. All right. That's enough. I'm done. Let's go.
You got to go and get some dinner so we can play Hunt.
Correct. Or cricket.
Right.
Or cricket.
Yeah. I think cricket's a fucking game on PS Plus as well.
Dave, do you want to do
my tang? I will indeed. I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us a question, get involved, please contact us at sealpodcast.com, where you can fill out an online form. It sends us an email. You can also get us at sealpodcast@gmail.com. A link is pinned on YouTube, Twitter, not Twitter anymore, X, or Twitch. Is it on Twitch anymore?
What?
The link to Discord?
The Discord, yes.
Yeah.
Should be.
Cool.
I haven't fucking removed it, put it that way.
I looked the other day, I was like, I didn't see it.
You have to, you might have to do an exclamation mark Discord in the chat.
That's it. Yep. We upload our videos to YouTube and Twitch pretty soon after one or the other. Have we had any?
But sometimes there might not be my audio, apparently. So I might have to do some fiddling this month.
Yeah. I'll have the recording if you need it. Did we have many chatters on Twitch today? I know Mintsafe
and Andy Cox were both in the chat.
Cool.
And
Thank
Andy was the
you.
one who alerted me to the fact that my microphone wasn't being recorded on Twitch. So thank you very much, Andy.
So why is it not on Twitch?
Oh, I don't know. I've fucking done something with my bloody Stream Deck thing that since I
Fiddling again.
set it up so I could record audio from my desktop, then I started having a panic that you'd be able to hear you twice. So I was like, oh, I can't be doing that. And then I managed to like change one thing, but that obviously turns my microphone off on Twitch.
Right.
So, yeah. Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Try again. Try again next week. And this time, next week, England might be a European champion.
No, Dave.
There's a high likelihood that we won't be. Let's put it that way to balance things out.
Anyway, it's very exciting. I'm getting text messages about my arrangements for Sunday as we speak.
I'm
Awesome.
interested. I'm almost interested to watch the game on Sunday.
All right. Well, I hope everyone gets a good result, the result that they want.
We don't want Spain, unless you support Spain, obviously.
Unless you support Spain, I think Lewis is going to be torn. He's going to be supporting Spain, I guess. Well,
one guarantee.
Why is he not supporting the UK?
The UK.
One guarantee is that I will be drunk.
He's not got this far.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, good. All right, we'll catch up for some hunt afterwards. All right. Thank you, everyone. Until next week. We'll see you later.
Cheers, guys.
Hello.